Hey folks, today is Sunday, May 19th, 2:19 p.m. Let's take a look and see what happened last week, and then we'll go over the list that we've been following. So last week was actually really great. I think it was Thursday, it was uh, Friday, or no, Wednesday and Thursday were actually really good days. Friday was kind of weird. It looked like we might have bounced out of that, and then it pulled back again. And I think it was like 3 o'clock. All of a sudden, they came out and they said China trade talks had stalled or something, and that was like, oh great, nice timing. But anyway, it pulled things back into the close, but things held up pretty well. I'm going to show you when I go through the list here. So one of the things I wanted to point out was there's a trader named Dan Zanger who posted on StockTwits that this might be a cup and handle pattern on the entire chart here. I kind of agree. I didn't go back that far to see. I've been following obviously this resistance line up at the top, but yeah, that might be a cup and handle pattern, and this would be the handle here, or I would just call it a small channel. But the angle of here and here really makes sense. They're kind of at the same angle, both bouncing off the same place, and that support is really actually holding up pretty well. So yeah, this may be a sign that we're gonna start to work our way higher, and then we may actually challenge this upper area finally and maybe break through for more highs. So let's just hope that we get more positive China trade talk and not negative stuff, or at least if it's negative, it's not the absolute worst thing that we could hear. I'm hoping we get some more positivity, because it really seems like this market wants to go higher, but there's this overhang of news that just keeps popping out. The Nasdaq, I don't really have the lines here, but again, that support is holding up where we've bounced off. Looks really good. The Russell doesn't look quite as good. This actually looks almost like a bear flag here, and then a big red day on Friday. So I wouldn't take too much stock in the Russell. Maybe it could be a leading indicator. Hopefully not, but I would follow the Nasdaq and the S&P before I would follow the Russell. But yeah, things look pretty good. I'm hoping for more positivity this week. If we get more positive news, we'll probably go higher. I can tell that this market wants to go higher, but again, there's that overhang of negativity, so we just gotta wait and see what happens with that. So let's go into the list. MDB had a really great week. This was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday and Thursday were fantastic. Nice breakout. Volumes were good. And then a nice spinning top on Friday for just a simple rest day. It looks really good. Roku, it broke out and then pulled right back. The volume wasn't quite as high as I would have liked. It was up a little bit, but not quite as high as I would have liked. I'm leaving the line there. I had it moved up here earlier today, and I was thinking about it. I was like, well, it still can't get over this area, which is the high from there and there, and it's still underneath there. So I'm still going to hold that area. It's 84.90, basically 85, I would say, or 84.90, 10 cents difference. So Roku may still challenge it. Again, if we get really positive futures or something, some kind of positive news that can, kind of keep the upside happy, we should get a breakout on Roku. Boom, broke out. Volumes were not that great, but it did hold above the line on Friday. So stops shouldn't be hit yet. Cyber had a really great day Thursday and then decided to come back in. So that, I don't think it would have been stopped out there. What is the range here? The low is 128.42. The open is 130. Might have been stopped out there. If your stop is maybe $3, you might not be stopped out, but if you did get stopped out, fine. Just give this a little bit more time to try to pop back up and re-challenge that line, and you could try it again. Shopify is an absolute beast. This is crazy. So you can see the pennant I redrew here, and then it just blasted out of there for 2 days. And this looks a lot like MDB, where on Friday, which was a negative day, we just get a spinning top, which is fantastic. It's just some sideways action going on. Match. This is still going higher. Of course, Friday there was the back off, but still looks good. If your stop is down here now, you could probably put it there, because this is almost like a little pennant base area that it popped out of. you could probably put it there and at least start to move it up a little bit. So that would be off this high, which is 68.75. And that way you won't get knocked out of break even if it turns all the way back. But it should start to consolidate soon, and I don't think it would come back that low. This guy just re-added in here, or added in. I had it in a different list, waiting for it to form a decent pattern, and now it is. So you can see this falling wedge kind of bull flag pattern. So breaking the line now, it would be around 38.15. But I actually think it needs a little bit more time. I might need to dip down one more and come back up again. 38.15, right around that 38 area, looks like would be the breakout. CRM, this thing may actually end up tanking through that line, but for now it's still in its ascending triangle. DOMO, I really like the pattern on DOMO, but I don't like that there's no volume showing up because it's trying. It touched Thursday. It even came out Friday. Not a lot of volume, but it is coming out. So again, sometimes I've noticed in this in the last little while, some stocks can just roll over the breakout point with very little volume, and then volume all of a sudden shows up and it takes it higher. So if you bought it, great. Just set your stop. I would do a $1.50 or a $2 stop. All this $38, maybe $1.50 or $1, and then just wait. If volume comes in, takes it higher, great. If it doesn't, you'll just get stopped out of it. Spotify still within its pattern. I'll bet that Spotify will not go anywhere because it's done that to me a number of times. AYR is still in its triangle. Looks good. All these ones look pretty good. CMG, look at this. Oh my goodness. This thing looks like it's gonna blow through the top. It's holding up really well. It came down and touched this before, and then it got a little bit weak there, and now it's reapproaching the line. It really looks good to me. Let's see, the breakout point would be about 721.21, or is there a higher point? 721.42 looks to be a little higher. 721.42. Unless this is higher still. Nope, 721.42. That looks about right to me. Now I'm a little disappointed in this guy. It had really big volume finally on Thursday. It didn't really have a great close, and then selling took it back below the line. I don't know if that thing's going to be worth watching anymore. I'll give it another couple days and see what it does, but not very good. TW, this guy's starting to try to figure out what it's going to do here. So it had that really negative day, and then it bounced right back. Look at this dip though, holy moly. So my stop would have been down here. If I was in it, I would still be down there. Even with a day up there, I would still be sitting down here. So even if it did this, it probably still wouldn't have stopped me out because I might have been $1 below, or even at break even. If you just gave it a few minutes, it would probably just rebound back up. But yeah, you might have been stopped out of it. That's tough, man. Look at that. That's really messy. We'll wait and see if that forms something else new before I could say to do anything different besides it. Just sell it, or if you got stopped out, you're already out. Look at this mess. Symmetrical triangle into whatever that is. That pattern is destroyed. I don't know what happened with that one. I didn't see any specific news. The last piece of news was May 8th on here. Just sold off. That's what happens sometimes. What a mess. This is a really strong stock. This is actually surprisingly strong stock to me. Nice pattern here, and then it popped out, and then it just blasted off with big volume. And then so this is more like MDB and Shopify, spinning top / doji bar. It's just consolidation, just sideways neutral action. Looks really good. Same with this. COUP came out of this flag, popped out, really strong, spinning top, looks fine. Again, stops would be down here at these lines for me now. It would be that way in COUP, it would be that way in HUBS. MDB, that's where I actually am. I can show MDB again real quick, just so we can talk about that. That's a trade I'm actually in. I'm in MDB. Got in down here, I think it was 136.48 is about where I got it. Popped out, broke out here, yeah, so my stop's down there. And I'm just waiting now to see if it's going to get another update or we're just going to keep going sideways. I don't believe that it would turn over and come all the way back to my stop, which is why my stop's where it is. If it does, I get broken, or I get sold out at break even. If it doesn't, we just consolidate and climb higher. Here's another really fantastic one. This is really strong. ZM breakout was there. Up we go. Holy cow. Even on Friday, a weekday, it went way up. That looks really, really good. So again, my stop, if I was in this, I'd be just sitting down there. Waiting for a consolidation. Give it lots of space, lots of room. OSIS not making much progress here. So it tried to break out without a lot of volume, and volume actually showed up the next day. That pattern's probably destroyed at this point. Volume showed up on a sell-off, down day, not on a breakout. That's not good. Might have to clear that one out. Pinterest. So I said I hoped that this wouldn't happen right here. I wanted it to stay under the line until earnings came out, hoping they were good, and then that would be the catalyst that broke it out. It didn't do that. So it broke out on Thursday. Earnings weren't great, sold off completely. That's probably a dead pattern at this point. FNKO still within its pattern. It's starting to consolidate up in here. See that? Where the price just stays in the same certain area. Looks pretty good. We'll see if it can break out. So that's it. The only one that I really have right now that is kind of waiting to go that I think looks really good is this Brooks automation. It's at least within a pattern that looks really great. I'd like it to pull back a little bit more, at least go a couple more days within the pattern and then challenge it. Although if we get a really good up day, it might just go about the 38 area. Yeah, just keep an eye on that. So that's it. I'll see you again Monday night for Tuesday. Have a good one.